So we good? Wait a second. Is it going? Are we good? Is it going? Yes, no, maybe so. I see it's still going. It looks like it's still going. Alright, yep, still going. Alright. Sorry, this thing is being weird today.
That's good, man.
I don't know what it is about today. It's just being fucking crazy.
Maybe it's because I'm with you.
Nah. Probably just because it's not on my regular fucking connection or something. Well, honestly, this I need a new computer anyway. I legit need a new fucking computer. This one's getting old. Everything looks fine. I don't know why that was paused. That's still good. Fuck it. Let's keep going.
And worst comes to worst, they pick up a bit.
Yeah. It should still be safe no matter what. But what were we talking about, Mom?
Lord, I can't even remember. Like, we hopped on so many subjects.
We did.
I mean, honestly, we could actually hit that Nancy Pelosi shit with her husband having the DUI.
What the fuck is up with that?
Oh, no, dude, he got off scot-free.
Really?
Yeah. No, dude, they dropped the charges.
Damn.
Nah, but dude, that kind of goes to where you were saying, like, yeah, nah, some people, like, there needs to be that punishment. But the thing is, even for that deal where people are talking like they're the shit, there are some people who are above that shit, and money talks.
Oh, yeah. That's the annoying shit, though. It's just like, yes, money talks, but also, fuck that shit. Like, people don't need... There's a lot of people who don't fucking... What am I trying to say here?
They don't need to get let off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they don't need to be fucking let off.
No. I mean, shoot, man. We look at the world today, and everything's kind of just going the same way it's always been. Money will talk. If you're above it, you're above it. Now,
money will talk depending on who you are.
Yeah.
Well, I could definitely say that. Depending on who you are, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. If anybody who's listening wants to join the conversation, leave a chat or leave something in the chat, leave a comment, leave a question, anything like that, and I will read it out. Here, I got it set up for everybody. I need to get it like a Discord. That's what I need to do. That might be coming soon. A Discord.
You got like 3 people who can help you set that up.
I know how to set it up.
Nah, but like, shit, dude. I'm just saying, looking at nowadays issues, like, literally, have you noticed, like, half the shit going on is, like, first world problems?
Oh, yeah.
Like, all in the news. Like, it used to be, like, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older. Like, let's be honest, that's part of it. But, like, half the shit I hear in the news, I'm like, how is this even a problem now? Like, how do we get to this damn point? Like,
because the whole thing is people want to get rich. People want to get rich. They want to fuck other people over.
15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, everybody wants that 15 minutes of fame. Like I said earlier before we found out that I wasn't streaming, I didn't have everything on. I was recording, just didn't have it fucking like streaming through everything. But talked about Martin Shkreli, or however you say his fucking name.
See, I'm not actually familiar with that. I meant to bring that up earlier.
So he was like a farmer bro who I don't know if like the company he worked for, either they distributed or they made like the pills for like HIV/AIDS or whatever, but he raised the price of it to like 100 or 1,000% or some shit like that, to where I think it was like $7 a pill and it was like fucking 700 a pill, some shit like that. Dude got super rich. He's the guy that bought the last Wu-Tang Clan album, where it was like, I think they actually made like, it was like actual like record or something like that. I don't think it was just a CD, and it was like I think it was like $12 million or some shit like that, or $2 million. I can't remember. But he ended up going to jail. Then while he was in jail, he was doing a podcast. They found he had a cell phone, and also there was.
How the hell can you do a podcast in jail? Like,
Yeah. He was doing it through like the fucking the phones inside jail. I believe so. He did. And he had a cell phone. He was like still doing his stuff. He was still running his business while he was in jail. Through that, then I think it was like a course, like a correspondent or like a not a commentator, like a news correspondent, whatever, was like dating him. Yeah, it's been some crazy shit. Like I don't really I don't watch a lot of the news. I mostly watch like Internet Today, and they talk about a lot of stuff because their shit. They're like in the middle of a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, this is stupid, or like this shouldn't be happening, but I see why it should, like it's not them playing like both sides or whatever, but it's like, this is stupid.
So it's kind of like with Philip DeFranco. Yeah, no, like me, I love those because it's like you're getting both fucking sides at the same time, and it's like, this is bullshit. Like, why?
Yeah. But then they have like funny shit too. Like they always talk shit on like Elon Musk and all that, which is nice.
I still can't believe he's under terrorist investigation currently, isn't he?
I have
like
no clue.
I've seen like 3 posts about that as of recently.
I have no fucking
where I'm like, how like he bought Twitter? Like what?
So he hasn't bought them completely yet.
No, but he's bought like a majority of the stocks, right?
Yeah, but he's also trying to back out of it, which. Because so when he purchased the stock, it went down, and I think he bought it for like $43 billion or some shit like. Or like it was not 43. Like I think it's either 4.3 or 40. I don't fucking know, and I don't really care. But the stocks went down, and he's trying to like renege on the offer because he feels like he paid way too much. And I'm just like, that's your fucking fault, you idiot.
Yeah. No, like he did the same thing to fucking Bitcoin owners. Honestly, I think like, dude, this is the consequence you pay.
Oh, with that whole Dogecoin thing.
Yeah. No, but it was like Bitcoin. He had one interview where Bitcoin value dropped.
Yeah. It dropped. It dropped when he went on Saturday Night Live.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, it dropped, and I'm like, so he's trying to walk out of this now, even though he did the same freaking thing to the Bitcoin owners. Mm-hmm. Lord, it's like, dude, you took a bad deal. Take it.
He doesn't want to. I mean, shit. The fact that I'm surprised nobody's tried to buy his company yet, because, or that people haven't been trying to like buy enough stock through his company to where he can't fucking run it anymore, and they just like shut him out.
Yeah. Because
he's been getting sued like crazy for like unfair wages and racial shit.
I mean, dude, we could say the same thing about Bezos.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, both of them. They both need to be sued, but they have so much money to where even if you try to sue them, like they could just be like,
money and who you are changes the game.
Yeah. Well, when you have billions and billions of dollars, it's like trying to take them to court, and they can get the most powerful lawyers and just be like just waiting their time. It was like, oh, we'll have a trial. Like we can't do it this time, so they just keep dragging the fucking court case out, and then they'll like the average person can't keep doing that.
I mean, dude, it's kind of similar to the Westboro thing. Westboro Baptist and all that shit with all the... Nah, dude, like, the whole reason people don't fight them is they get so many fucking lawyers and shit who will, in a lot of cases, work pro bono. Yeah. And it's like, how do you fight that? You don't. No. Like...
And with Bezos and shit, like Bezos and Elon and all of them, like, they got top-notch lawyers, most likely. So it's like, you take them to fucking court... Like I said, they'll just drag you. They'll drag you down to the point where you gotta work for them fuckers.
It's not gonna be like the goddamn clown show with Amber.
I still don't know what the whole thing is about, and I kind of don't care because I'm not.
Keep dodging the bullet. Trust me.
But my thing is like I'm not a big fucking Johnny Depp fan anyway. Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of Amber Heard because I don't even know all the shit that she's been in. So I'm like, I don't even care.
Dude, before the trial, I didn't even know she was in Aquaman Zoo. Like, I'll be 100% honest.
I didn't know she was in the first one.
Like, 100%. I had no idea who this woman was. Like,
I've heard of her, but I didn't know, like, what she did. I think she was in, like, Twilight or something. Really? I think. I don't know what else she was in because I don't really care. Because there's way too many people to fucking... Like, there's too many people in fucking Hollywood. And the fact that this one chick is getting this much attention, who cares? Like, I feel the same way about the Kardashians. I feel the same way about fucking Will and Jada. All of that. Like, I don't care. I really, really don't care.
Nah, but dude, that's the point. Drama sells.
Yes.
You avoid drama. Like, I do too. I don't see a point in it.
Like, even the Kim and Kanye stuff. Like, Kim, Kanye, and Pete Davidson stuff. I don't care. Kanye, take whatever the fuck you need to get the... Like, go out of the fucking country and just go make beats. Get over. Go fuck, like, 5 French bitches or some shit like that. I don't know. Like, go do something else. Get off the fucking Lexapro. Get off whatever drugs you're on. Go get some fucking therapy. Matter of fact, just go back to Chicago and just have like 6 gang members fucking beat the shit out of you, so you can remember so you can remember that you're fucking black, dude. Like I'm so tired of like all these people that I ain't gonna say look up to, but that
get in the public view.
Yes, that in the public view, and just completely going ape shit for no fucking reason. Like fucking Kanye. He's a fucking talented producer, talented artist, shit like that.
No, dude, and he's funny as fuck. Like, seriously, Have you seen that one response he gave about Gaga with fucking Polaroid? Where he's like, Gaga is the CEO or something of Polaroid. And he's like, what the fuck does she know about cameras? Like, I just started busting out laughing because I'm like, you're right.
Yeah. like Kanye was somebody who's like, okay. You know, he's cool. He's making money, but he's staying down to earth or whatever. Yeah. Now this dude has completely gone fucking crazy. His clothing line is fucking nuts. I would never understand how somebody would pay fucking $500 for a dingy ass fucking white T-shirt with like holes and stuff in it, or like he got like masks and stuff. I was like, this is so stupid. Who is buying this, and why is this shit trendy? That's why I honestly do hate living in this era, because fashion is just so dumb. It's not even fashion anymore. It's just, I just threw some shit on, and it costs like $1,000.
No, like, I don't get it either, man. Like, you see the shit I'm in half the time. It's either a tie, vest, dress shirt, or I'm wearing my punk jacket. Like, yeah. But the thing is, the punk jacket, that's something I made. I'm freaking proud of that. Right. I'm happy about that. Just the concerts I'm into, everything else. Rest of the time, I'm in that vest, that dress shirt. I'm looking respectful. I'm making sure I'm going through that route because, fuck, I don't know who the hell's watching me. I don't know if another job door is going to open up. Like, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And it really seems like... I mean, it goes back to how my grandmother used to say it. She's like, if you don't want negative attention, leave the fucking barn door closed. Like, and that's a bit more of a southern connotation than I'm used to, but I gotta be 100% honest. I kind of agree with it.
Man, I get it.
You dress a certain way, you're gonna get certain attention. Like, and that goes for men, women, anything. Like, it's just how it is.
Like, for like women, you want to wear short skirts, you don't want to wear a bra, shit like that. Fine, whatever. But then you know what's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna be you dress for yourself, cool, but you know you're gonna get fucking male attention from it.
No, and it's like me wearing my freaking patch vest. Like, I know I'm gonna be watched by security. I know I'm gonna be watched by the bouncers. I know I'm gonna be watched by a cop.
Yeah.
And like, literally, I have a Blue Lives Murder patch on there, Make America Rational patch, and a fucking cops aren't supposed to murder guilty people either. Like, I have those on there, and I'm like, I know I'm getting attention for it, but I come to expect it. Exactly. And that's completely fine. Like, I even have one that says, Lord, I can't even remember it. No pastors, no masters, no roofs, no rafters. And it has a fucking picture of the Notre Dame Cathedral burning down on it. And I'm like, I have that. And I know there's going to be that negative attention. But I'm like, my whole statement between that all is, one, make America rational. Full point here.
Yeah.
Bring shit to the level again. Like, and it's in that...
Bring it back to, like, the early 2000s.
Not even early 2000s. I'd be okay with 2010, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Like, and then the Blue Lives Murder thing, yeah, that one's meant to be a play on words, and it has the same fucking imagery of the Blue Lives Matter. But I got that because, like, a dude will look at that for a split sec, be pissed, then he'll actually read it. He's busting out laughing afterwards.
Yeah.
And like the whole reason I have that fucking Notre Dame chapel one is church and state need to be fully fucking separated. It's not.
They do.
It's not. Seriously, when people say bring God back in school, I'm like, which God? My God? Your God? Are we talking about Allah? Like, and fuck, I worship Odin. So I'm
like, church needs to be out of fucking schools, out of state, out of politics, out of all that shit.
Now, don't get me wrong. A theology class, that's understandable.
No.
Mythology, that's understandable. Those are classes.
But actual religion, being like
Yeah.
God, like just talking about God and all, like reading the Bible and stuff like that, forcing people to read. I'm like, no, it does need to be just like, and we talked about this before the podcast, whether it was just before me noticing I wasn't streaming or whatever, but we talked about how now where teachers can't fucking say stuff about being gay or anything like that because now people are they're getting not doxxed but are getting in trouble for it. And there are a lot of fucking teachers who are gay or lesbian or bi or whatever, and a lot of them are fucking quitting their jobs because it's like, well, I don't want to slip up and say my husband when I'm a gay man or my wife when I'm a lesbian woman. Yeah. Or my this or my that. And then it's something that I would say at a certain age, kids should know.
Yeah.
At super young ages, no, because that
indoctrination occurs at basically any form of indoctrination occurring at a young age. Like, training them, hey, the government's a lie. Carry always. Mm-hmm. The police will fuck you. Like all that. Like I'm like, dude, don't go to indoctrinate a kid. Let them. Like I hate to say it, the way like it's like I was telling you not too long ago. The fucking elites or whatever they are, they know they fucked up with the millennials because we were taught to think. Yeah. Like for fuck's sake, we were taught to basically look at both ends.
Yeah.
And like that's one reason why this was deemed the most progressive. But fuck, we got labeled as snowflakes and all that other bullshit. Like,
even though we the one to see like the full picture for a lot of stuff.
I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie, Gen Z scares the shit out of me.
Oh, they're gonna be fucked.
No, dude, honestly, I don't think they're gonna be fucked. I think they're gonna tear shit down, if I'm being honest. Which, fuck, I'm hoping, because I'm like, the next generation shit tries to fix the past generation's problems, and it's always been that way.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to fix it more, but we don't have the fucking resources. Then Gen Z, they're going to be fucked in so many different ways because they don't know what to think. Like, we have the era of, like, we're the in-betweeners to where, like, we had to learn how to do shit from hand and with fucking technology. Our parents really didn't. Our, like, older siblings, if you have them, they really didn't either. They were, like, already in fucking high school or whatever. They had computers, yes, but they didn't have like the fucking advancements of shit like we had. Like,
they didn't have it in the palm of their fucking hand. Like, seriously, dude, Abraham Lincoln would be rolling in his fucking grave if you brought him today, basically told him, hey, I have all the world's knowledge and resources in the palm of my hand.
Yeah.
And I use them to look up fucking cat videos.
Yeah. Or the fact that, what was it, it's a fucking verse from an old ass song, but it was like, Chip. It was I'm still working on this.
I know, but dude,
this dude is trying to get me drunk right now. He's got fucking Kentucky Gentleman and off-brand Mountain Dew.
Hey, it's cheap, dude. Seriously, full thing. You and me gonna be covered all night on this.
Oh yeah, I know. But it's an old verse, and I know what I say. And people are like, "Who the fuck is that?" But it's Ja Rule the Damager. Or it's like chips from nuclear bombs power my Sega. Now the shit that we have in our fucking pockets, that shit fucking powers a goddamn rocket ship.
I'm just saying, dude, like, it cracks me up because people do compare fucking battery power and shit like that to freaking radioactivity. But it's also been shown, shit, you keep your phone pocket in your pocket, you're probably going to get prostate cancer one of these fucking days.
Mm-hmm. Or the phantom vibration.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, seriously, dude, I went through that back when I was going through basic training. Like, legit, I didn't have my phone. But every goddamn day around a certain period, I get that little vibration sense. And it was always around the time when I received my updates and everything. And it was driving me nuts because I'm like, The hell?
Yeah, I still get like my phone is on the table right now, and I'll probably check my phone in like 10 minutes. Like, oh wait, it's right there. Like it's not in my pocket. But it's what am I trying to say?
We've reached a point to where technology dependency is a fucking thing.
Yes.
Like,
it's
if
not,
I'm right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when we were growing up and we were in school, they taught us with and without a fucking calculator. They taught us without technology and a lot of stuff. Until around, I want to say like high school.
Yeah, probably junior year. You and me are about the same age,
yeah.
so
somewhere around there. Then yes, a lot of shit changed to where it was more technology driven. Even fucking college for me was like more technology driven, to where, you know, it wasn't books. It was more like, okay, you gotta go to the fucking like the school store, to the bookstore, and they'll give you a fucking code that you gotta put into this website, and that's how you activate everything.
yeah. No, like, dude, shit. The biggest issue I think with our generation when it comes down to it, like that transitional period from no tech to tech, I think they were trying to hold on to the no tech when they were trying to transfer us over to the tech. And like that's where we ended up being a little fucked with it, because like legit, you reach that point where you're just looking at everything you had in the past and you're like, why the hell did I need this? Like they used to tell us you won't always have a calculator. Well,
hey, it's one of my
it's on my goddamn phone. Who doesn't have their phone on them 24/7 nowadays?
But then you had to buy a fucking like $200 calculator to graph.
No, and like seriously, there's free apps for that.
Yeah.
Like let's be honest. How many of us use fucking Quizlet for college? Like literally, I'll. You know what? I fucking graduate. I can say what the hell I want. Yep. Basically, Quizlet, it will get you through college because they value grades more than they value your education. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want an education, Mark Twain said it the best. I never let my schooling get in the way of my education.
Yeah. Like, if you want to go to school and actually have an education, go abroad. Like, don't go to a fucking state school. Find a way to like go to a different country, because you'll actually learn something. You'll actually learn the trade that you want to do.
No, like one of my favorite professors probably even said it best. He's like, 100% love this man. Pushed me to the point I had a fucking C in that class. It was tough. But he's looking at us and he's like, look, all you students who are studying psychology, all this other stuff, you don't understand a damn thing. He's like, you expect to have a peer-reviewed paper whenever it comes to results that are being presented or something like that. Sometimes there's not going to be a goddamn peer-reviewed paper. Sometimes this is a brand new field of study. Sometimes this is a new thing. And we don't know what to do with it half the time. Because we've reached the point to where we feel like we need a full source. When the question is, what happens if you reach the point you are the source?
Mm-hmm. It's the double-edged sword. That's basically what it is.
I mean, we're too young to be masters at anything. Let's be honest. You spend like, what's the old saying? You need to spend 20 years, 10,000 hours.
It's 10,000 hours, and you'll be an expert or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't think that's fucking true.
In a lot of cases, like it's not. I think you need more. That's my opinion.
You definitely need more. Like for basic shit. Like, you can spend 10,000 hours and be a great fucking, like, chef. I think that, like, that might work with that, yes, because you have a lot of time to make errors and mistakes and shit like that. But 10,000 hours, like, maybe 10,000 hours, you can be a fucking great mechanic. You know, shit like that, because you can work on so many different fucking cars around that time, and you can build up the skills. But 10,000 hours to be, like, a fucking great, I'll say, flight attendant, or like a boatsman, not a boatsman. What the fuck am I trying to? I don't know. But shit like what?
Crab hunter.
Not a crab hunter. But it's certain stuff where it's like, there's no way.
No, but
like even as
maybe this saying might fit a bit better if I may. The point that makes you a master is when you failed more times than the expert has even tried. Mm-hmm. Like, do you think that kind of covers it there?
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
Because, okay, you being a hell of a bartender,
I'm a shitty bartender. Like, dude, I've only been doing this for like 5 years at this point. Now,
Hey, you got your 10,000 hours, I think.
no, nowhere close. Well, yeah, I probably do, but the fact of the matter is, when you're picking a field you can't be a master in, because there's always going to be something new. There's always going to be history behind it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll be the first one to admit, I think the point you start to actually get good at something is when you realize that you know nothing about it compared to the people around you. And honestly, feigning ignorance usually makes you the smartest person in the room, because then you're open to learn so much more.
Right. That's why I always tell people when like I DJ, like I'm okay. I'm either good or I'm okay. I'm not fucking great. I'm not an expert. And then I see all these other people who is like, just because you've done it for so long doesn't mean shit. Like, yes, it does it help you get paid more? Yes. Does more opportunities come your way? Yes. But there's the whole thing of like faking it till you make it too.
Yeah. No, like a lion doesn't have to say it's a lion.
No.
A cat doesn't have to say it's a goddamn cat. And a wolf doesn't have to say it's a wolf. Like, it goes back to that conversation you and me have had with these people who talk a big game, everything else. And the best thing I can probably compare it to is like my partner. And they've laid this out to me. Like, dude can have a huge fucking dick. Doesn't mean he knows what he's doing with it.
Ladies in the comments, put it in the chat.
Like, really. No, like, they've pointed that out to me. They're like, and I've heard that response from actually several of the girls I've worked with at the strip clubs too, where they're like, dude can have a big dick, but it doesn't mean he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Like, I hate to say it that way, but that...
I mean, because it's fucking true.
It is.
Like, I've said on here before, like, I don't have the fucking biggest dick, and I don't really care. Like, I know how to use what I have, and I know how to satisfy a woman. I'm not bragging about this shit. I'm never braggadocious or arrogant about this shit, because I want to make sure whoever I'm with, whatever woman I'm with, they're fucking satisfied, no matter what.
Dude, I've told you about my joke tattoo, right?
I think so.
Nah, that fucking Odin's Rune of Illusion and Deception, I have it right on my hip, right above there, for a reason. Like, I'll look at a girl, do a little pinky motion, and be like, that's what you're dealing with. I'm like, there's a reason it's there. And it... like, it's a rune of illusion and deception for a reason.
Cause I'll also with that, I love how like every girl's like, oh, I want to do it with a big dick. He paid, like he has a good job, and like you're not gonna get what you think you were looking for. And like same with guys, where it's like, oh, I want this girl who's loyal, this and that, blah blah blah, but she gotta be fine as fuck and this and that. I'm just like, you're not gonna get that, because
the question is, what do they bring to the table?
Exactly.
Like, literally.
Well, that too, but it's like you could be like, oh, I want a girl who's fine as hell and loyal. You're not gonna get both. Yeah. You're not, because she can be fine as fuck, and yes, there'll be like. There are probably like 2 out of 10 girls who are like gorgeous, radiant, shit, like they're like supermodel types basically.
Yeah.
Who will actually like stick by who they're with. The other ones, they are so used to getting that attention, and if you're not giving it to them, they're gonna get it from somebody else.
Sometimes, I mean, if you aren't giving it to them, half the time they come to you.
Yeah. Well, that.
But dude, that's the nature of the beast. Like, it's literally like human beings are such fickle creatures. Like I am. God knows, I see something shiny, I'm like, hey, that's new. Like,
I mean, that's just the caveman in us.
Yeah. No. Well, I wouldn't even go the caveman. Like, shit, I go further back than that. Monkey.
Man.
Like.
It's. I just wish the world would go back to like. Dude, true values of what, like, I think I've said this before. Like back in the day, when you were like looking for somebody, it was okay. I want to make sure, I truly love this person. I want to make sure they, not even like take care, but like they have these things to meet my standards, and if they do, take things further. Now it has got to the point where it's all about vanity, money, and how they can boast about it on fucking social media.
Rights over responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, it's exactly what I was saying earlier. But, I mean, I also gotta say it like this, dude. Marriage has always been a transaction. Like, when it comes down to it. You're looking for somebody who's gonna cover the areas that you don't have. Like, and personally, that's how I think you find out you're happy. You cover the areas they don't have, they cover the areas you don't have. in like different areas. But also, I'm gonna say it like this: we can't have like how it used to be in the old days, because like nowadays it takes two to fucking raise a goddamn house, let alone a kid. Like, God forbid,
Shit,
a kid.
adding a kid in a fucking situation might need a third.
Yeah, no. Oh, now we're going to the polyamory. Okay. No, but like legit, you're not wrong though. The old saying is, it takes a village. Like, literally. Me, growing up, dude, I told you, I got raised with my grandfather. I did all that. Like, I had my parents. I had everything. But, like, all this stuff together, like, it really does take a village. It takes a full freaking family. And that's one thing. We aren't taught how to kind of raise. We aren't taught how to go about this.
Well, no, because... So, and I'm going to base this on what I grew up on.
Okay.
With the girls and guys who or the guys who like knock the girl up at like fucking 14, 15, or the girl like who let some dude in or whatever, and then she got pregnant. And I kind of see this on the parents too. But it's like when you see like people now who like they get pregnant or whatever, who's really taking care of the kid?
Yeah.
Like who's really taking care? It's more the grandparents. Yeah. It's not the actual person whose responsibility it is. It's the parents. It's the grandparents who are taking care of it, which they shouldn't be. They should, like, yes, they should be able to see their grandbaby and stuff like that, but the actual parent should be the one there raising and stuff like that. There was a lot of people who around our age who were like whether they had kids younger or whatever, they weren't really around the fucking kids. They were out trying to party and shit like that and keep making the same mistake they did. Yeah. And then they end up having more kids with somebody else. So it's just like... And then also on the plus side too, there are a lot of grandparents who aren't really fucking grandparents. They're not teaching their fucking grandkids like actual lessons and stuff. It's just, just put on fucking Paw Patrol and whatever.
I mean, I also think part of it comes down to like age and time period too. Like when it comes down to it, because you got some grandparents who are out there fucking 45. They still don't know what the hell they're doing.
Nope.
But then you got those ones who are like, they're 80. They've lived their freaking life. And I'm not gonna lie, my great grandfather, dude was in a wheelchair, oxygen tank, all that. Could stare me down and immediately give me a lesson that would stick with me for the rest of my goddamn life. My grandfather, on the other hand, he'd work my ass to all hell to be like, look, you're going to learn it this way.
Oh, yeah, my granddad is the same way. It was like, he taught me the value of hard work, the value of $1, which I think now I kind of take advantage of because the money I have, I always spend it. But that's all. That's my fault. Like, my parents did try to institute the value of $1 and saving it instead of spending it all the time. But when I initially got out that fucking house, and also when I was making like $800 at the age of fucking 20 and 21.
You make too much money at a young age, you don't know what to do with
Exactly.
it. Your little monkey brain like mine, goddamn. Like, let's be honest, it is that pre-human brain that comes into play where it's just like instant gratification. Like, and that's one... Like, it's just how it goes. It's how we are with nicotine. Like that one study with the freaking cupcake.
I don't know that one.
Where basically they're told it was with a marshmallow. Where they're like, if you don't eat it now, you'll get 2 marshmallows. How many kids pass that freaking test?
Not a lot.
No. Like, but it comes down to a deal. It's how we're wired. Especially nowadays between the internet, like, bring porn into the fucking equation for goddamn. Like, that's instant gratification. Like, in that... People constantly say how that ruins your mind and all that. And in a lot of ways it does because you're constantly exposed to it.
I mean, shit. Speaking from experience on that one, I used to watch way too much fucking porn. And it got to the point where when I was with a girl, sometimes couldn't get it fucking up. Because it was like... Because you're so used to like that digital stimulation, having it physical, especially when you don't get it a lot, it doesn't really do it sometimes.
Talk to your partner. Ask them what they want. If they can't give a straight answer, it's not on you. Am I wrong?
You're right. Also, women, ladies out there, when a guy asks you, what do you like, actually answer the fucking question. You are all fucking different. It's not like...
It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Exactly. Like, a guy is different. You can suck a guy off the same way. He's still going to fucking get off. A girl is different.
Okay, speaking as a dude who's been with dudes, no. I'm sorry. Like some, you gotta grab the inside of the hip. Some, you gotta like. There's, but here's what I'm saying. Like we all got those different spots. Men, women. Like it's not always gonna be instantaneous stimulation in the proper way, and sometimes overstimulation comes in the mix. Let's be fucking honest.
True. But also foreplay needs to be in there too. Like guys, stop just trying. So I've said
Not
this
just
before.
foreplay, aftercare.
Aftercare too.
Yeah.
But I've always said this. I think I've said this on stage before as a joke. Trying to fuck a girl when she's not ready is like trying to drive your car in the snow and you haven't even fucking warmed up the engine.
That's it. Like,
yeah. Like windows still fogged up. You didn't even try to fucking knock the snow off of anything. You just got in the car and then tried to drive.
and you keep going that route, you're gonna end up with cracked windshield too, and then it's just another argument. Like, but legit, if your partner can't tell you what they want and they can't help you figure that out, then at that point it's not completely your fault. It's also on them at this point, because like that's part of the deal. Communication is a major key in relationships. Like, if you don't spend a couple hours asking, hey, what do you want to do? What, like, that's probably...
Not even what do you want to do, like, what are you into? What do you like? What are your, like, turn-on spots and shit like that? Or even, like, even if that's something that you just want to discover, it was like, oh, like stuff like that is what you should be able to, what you should be doing. Not just, oh, she just likes me for me, I'm just gonna fucking stick my dick in her, and if she doesn't come, oh well, that's on her. Which that's a
mindset a lot of guys have.
That's the mindset, and then also that's what porn kind of fucking teaches you. It's like, oh, because I'm doing this to her, she should be coming. It's like, no, it's other things. Like, you gotta fucking stimulate her.
Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm just cracking up because you're having this conversation with an actual asexual. Like, let's be honest. But me, I've even told you how I figured out I'm ace. I did everything I could till I found out I didn't like any of it. Like, my buddy used to crack a joke. He's like, dude, you're like Great Britain. You went out into the world, gathered all the spices, and your food's still fucking bland because you don't like it. And I'm like... I'm like, fuck, man. You don't... No, but I'm like, you don't have to do me like that. Like, shit. But he's right. Like, legit. Sometimes it takes a bit to figure out you don't like anything. Like...
I mean, with me, just... I like sex. Like, it doesn't have to be fucking crazy. Like, come over, get... Like, for a girl, come over, get naked. You know, like, some kisses, like some making out, a little bit of foreplay. Boom. Like, that's how I am. And it depends on... Honestly, it does depend on if I'm attracted to the female or whatever. Because it's only been a few times to where, like... I think it's only been a few times in my life to where I, like, messed with a girl that I really didn't like. Now I got to the point where it's like, if I don't like you, it's not getting hard.
We talking about W?
No.
No? Not her?
No. No. You're not talking about her. I was drunk when that shit happened.
Hey,
I was drunk. Okay.
I'm not judging. I'm just like, dude, come on, we gotta make a few jokes here.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
but
shit.
no, with that situation, I was drunk, I was mad, I was depressed because someone that I was trying to get with basically told me some bullshit.
Post-nut clarity is a real thing.
I mean, shit. Like, in that moment, I was just like, fuck it, something's better than nothing. But then actually seeing the personality, I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Nah. Like, seriously. Like, there's an actual Japanese word for it that means wise man. Post-nut clarity. Wise man time. Like,
yeah. I mean, like I said, shit. Like I said, I was drinking a lot, so that probably wasn't clarity there. Plus, I was still kind of messing with her after, like a few weeks after that, probably.
Nah, but dude, there just comes a point where you're like, I don't know, like, everything comes with age at this point. It's the main thing I've learned in my life. Like, me, back when I was 21, like, seriously, if your 16-year-old self moved into your goddamn house and was a roommate, here's my question, would you be happy with it?
I'd be quieter.
You'd be quieter?
My 16-year-old self, like, that I was... See, when I was 16, I was still... Like I said, I was still playing video games. Oh, that was when I was into like I was deep into like IMVU and shit.
Oh my god, dude. No, that was the shit back when you were younger.
Yeah, that's how I
Like-
met a lot of girls.
Yeah. No, like surprisingly, and how many of them actually turned out being girls?
I did a lot.
Okay. No.
So, because what I would do was like, I would always do like I for like Skype, like to see if they want to Skype or whatever.
Yeah. Nah, dude, the most fucked up instances I had on IMVU, mind you, I'm like 15, and I start talking to this girl, and I'm like, you're awesome, all that. No, we finally get on a video chat and all that, and I'm like, hey, how are you? And she's like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 15, and she's like, oh, I'm 30, honey. And I'm like, looking now back at that, I'm like, that's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Like in all goddamn ways, that's fucked. Now being fucking 15 and talking to my buddies about that, like,
You were the man.
yeah, no, but like looking back, I'm like, okay, that's royally fucked. And why aren't they with people their own age?
Yep.
Like that's the main thing.
Also, the fact that fucking, I'm pretty sure IMVU had it to where like, when you put in your age, like it's supposed to put you around the people. Like you could like lock it to where it was like people in your age group.
Yeah, but there's always ways around that. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like it's just how it played out. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm just like,
Like I said, like me being 16, that was fucking. Fuck, that was.
you and me are the same
12
age, aren't we?
That was 12 years.
No. Oh, no.
Ooh. And his cat just threw up.
You okay, buddy?
Felix just threw up on the podcast.
Give me a couple seconds.
No, but we can end it from there.
No.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just gotta grab that before the shag carpet gets it.
Oh yeah, you. Oh my god, that was something right there.
Hey, dude, all I'm saying is he's been to a few concerts. He's done well. Just occasionally eats too fast for his own good.
Yeah, don't we all?
Like,
Send in, if you're still watching or still listening, send in some comments so we can chat about it. Maybe we said something that you don't agree with, which most likely we probably don't care. But it's a conversation.
I'll gladly talk about it.
Exactly. We can have a conversation about it. It's always about conversation.
Conversation.
I'm definitely debating on having a fucking like a Discord or something, so that way I can have that instead of using this.
It'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Send us something.
I mean, you could even probably set up through Twitch.
I am on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
It streams through Twitch too.
All right.
I don't see any chat yet. My Twitch is down there.
Okay.
Yeah, still no chats yet. But if you're still listening, this is the audio version of the Negative Degree podcast. You don't get to see my ugly ass face today, which most of you are probably happy about.
Like, shoot, man. I just literally, the biggest issue I see nowadays is nobody expects consequence for actions. Like, in all ways. Like, and it goes back to that, your freedom of speech ends where that person's nose begins. Like, there was a recent video online about this. This guy is going to a protest, and he's on the other side. He basically has a sign saying all lives matter, but he's on the other side of the protest. This chick hits him while cops are around. He says, cops, assault. It's on video. You did assault him. You went through this whole route. And I hate to say it, you did this. But it's like, dude, come on. Like, there's a point where you gotta realize this shit's bait.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's always bait.
No, always. But the thing is, these people are taking the bait, and at that point, they're screwing themselves.
Yeah, that's the same people who are like, who are trying to do like, oh, Black Lives Matter, but then they walk across the street when they actually see a black person, or they call a black person a fucking nigger.
Dude, it's like this. The media carousel, it's black on black.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fucked. There's no way around it. Like, and I hate being able to say this because, dude, let's be honest, I'm paler than a fucking Irishman. Like, but honestly, the media don't give a shit if it's black on black.
Nope.
Like,
They spend 30 seconds on that fucking on the segment. Like
they don't even spend 30 seconds, probably like 15, 10.
somewhere.
Like, But like legit,
Like they'll talk about a shooting that happens in a fucking small town, and they be like, "All right, and our cat of the month is this," and they'll spend like 3 minutes on that shit.
yeah, it's just like,
Or this person has lived to be 110 years old.
Chicago and Detroit. Like, I hate to say that, I do, but fuck it. Sorry, dude. I'm like, this is one thing that always pisses me off because I'm like, legit, shit should fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, legit, I was raised with fucking hell. If you're a person, you're a person.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. Like, no Christian mentality, no fucking Muslim mentality, no pagan mentality, no race mentality. But the thing is, that shit matters. Mm-hmm. And, like, there was one professor that covered it not too long ago. He's like, race doesn't exist, but it matters. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm watching this video on fucking TEDx of all things, and the dude's talking about having a white grandson and all that. I'm like, this makes so much fucking sense.
Yeah.
But like, if you just read the title, you're like, you're wiping it off. You're like, this is some bullshit. You know what I mean? But actually,
but if you actually listen to it, it's like, yes, this makes sense. And like you were saying, like race shouldn't matter because we are all humans. We all live on this fucking planet. Yes, but because I'm a little bit darker than you,
melanin.
Yeah, because of melanin. That's it. Well, it's other certain factors. It's other certain factors too. Like, it's other certain factors, but we are all still a fucking person. We're all still the same. We might look a little different. We might speak a different language or whatever, or have an accent. We're all still the fucking same. Like, we all came from, like you said, from monkeys, then from the caveman era and all that shit. Yeah. When it was still Pangea, we all lived on one little fucking rock.
Tigris Valley, wasn't that where it was from? Africa?
Think so.
Like, I think that was like the big find back in like was it 2012?
I don't know. Oh, then that's when like every fucking white person was say they're African and think they could say the fucking N-word and was like,
oh Jesus fucking Christ, like shit. I've been given that pass about 4 times in my life, and I still.
I'm pretty sure. I know me and Lace gave like you and fucking Ryan the pass.
But like legit, I've been given that pass 4 times in my life. I didn't know Lace gave it to me. But like I've been given that pass 4 times, and I'm like, at every point I refuse to say that word, just because like legit, it's just a word. If we say it, it can actually remove the power from that word. But here's the thing: you have the historical connotation behind that word. And me, growing up around dudes who are fucking racist, growing up around a dude who basically, and I'm saying this just for full statement here, he basically looked at one of my black friends and he's like, fucking porch monkey, and I'm like. I'm looking at him like, nah. And another instance in high school where my dude starts saying these words because his granddaughter's saying a black guy. And me and my friend are looking at each other like, is this really fucking happening? Like, dude, this is 2015. The fuck?
And see, the thing is like, especially when the whole thing of like, they're trying to like bury the word nigga or whatever. Let's put like,
I'm agreeing with you completely, actually.
No, but here's the thing, like, it can never be buried because you can get rid of that word. There's like another 500 like different words and phrases that you can call a black person. Like, so you said one. There's there's a bunch more.
No, one that just came out recently, and this thing has been all over the internet currently. It's called night skin, and like I'm cracking up because most of the time it's a black content creator saying, "Okay, that sounds too cool to be a fucking slur," and I'm like, "But dude, it's still fucking." But like this is the other deal. Like you get these people who aren't even. Don't get me wrong. We should basically acknowledge it and go through this full route. But you get these people who don't understand it and they're getting into it. Like it's like when people tried to erase Speedy Gonzalez. Do you know how pissed the Mexican community got?
A lot.
Yeah, because they're like, no, he is awesome.
Yeah, they tried to cancel Speedy Gonzalez because it was like, oh, it's racist. It was like, was he the best like representation? Probably not. But it was still kind of harmless. Yeah. Like it was a Mexican rat who ate cheese and he was fast. Like it wasn't him fucking doing construction. It wasn't him having like 5 different jobs. He didn't have like fucking a wife with like 6 fucking kids and some shit like that. Hey. I mean, Mexicans and Jamaicans.
I know.
Jamaicans are like 1 and 1.
No, I know, man. But I'm like, shit, you have to make these jokes because honestly, the death of humor, that's the death of everything. Like, we can't build a fucking dialogue.
But Speedy Gonzalez. It was a fun cartoon. It was like damn near a fucking superhero kind of because he was Mexican Flash. But the thing about it, it was like, I guess he would like in the thing. Like, I guess it was a line where it was like, he like I guess one of the characters was like, he knows my sister or whatever. It was like, that's Speedy Gonzalez. He knows everybody's sister. But trying to make it seem like Speedy's been like sleeping with a bunch of people's like sisters or whatever. No, but but then you got the connotation of Pepe Le Pew, where it's like that's like rape culture, which you can kind of see it, yes, but
also back in the day, like seriously, people's grandparents with the flower shit we were talking about, where they'd wait for them every day at the bus stop with the flowers till they'd say yes,
wherever they work. But like I'm like I will come here every day where you work and see you and ask you out every single day until you say yes. That is some stalker creepy shit.
But back then it was romantic.
Yeah, it's I told him no like 400 times, but he was persistent, so I had to say. I'm like, no, like he was damn near stalking you. It's creepy.
Like that. There's this show where these guys are working in a supermarket, and he tells the story to these younger generations, and they're like, well, this is what I did to get married to my wife. And he's calling her crying because he's like, I assaulted you. And they've been happily married for like a good 30 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's the change in the times. We've fully reached the change in the times where none of it makes sense anymore. Because it's like, back then what used to be cute.
It's not no more.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's creepy.
Oh, yeah. It is super creepy.
And like, but dude, it also, it goes back to also that deal where I'm like, I told you about my nephew and shit. His first fucking date pissed me off. Little guy's a little player now. Don't know what to do with his ass.
We're like, hey, slow your roll, homie.
Yeah, like legit, I'm having to look at him, and basically, he goes on a date. Chick says, I don't want this to be a date. Ratchet there.
It should be a little ratchet hoe.
And basically,
I said that he didn't. His nephew's date was trying to be a little ratchet hoe, trying to get food for free.
Like, he took her on a date to a 5-star restaurant that basically, hell, he'd been saving up for 3 weeks. Once they get there, everything else. And I'm just going to say it. Second I'm driving him home, I'm looking at him, I'm like, so how'd your date go? He's like, she decided she didn't want it to be a date. And I'm like, oh, why didn't you just end it and make her pay? Like, I'm going to say it. If it ain't a date, then why are you paying?
And that is the sad part about this shit. Even I've done this before, where it's like, I've talked to a girl who I'm interested in, and I end up, like, she didn't want to make that date or whatever, and I still paid. Am I stupid for doing it? Yes. But at the same time, it's like, try to be gentlemanly or whatever. But I should have just been like, oh no, well, if it's not a date, then we're just splitting the bill.
No, people want this old school way, but they don't want to be old school.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
And I talked about this on the podcast too. There was like the first episode I told you about it, where I went out with this girl who I met on fucking Tinder or Bumble or whatever, and went to fucking old Chicago, had some drinks, had some wings or whatever. It's not gonna stay like that. Went to old Chicago, got some wings and some drinks, and thought I had a good time. Ended up paying for the bill, and I told her, I was like, I already paid. I was gonna ask if you want to split, but it's fine, I took care of it. And then like 2-3 weeks later, it comes out that she was like, oh well, I'm old school and I should never have to pay, and it's blah blah blah. And it's like, that's bullshit. Like, just like,
dude, her saying she's old school though, let's be 100% honest here. Her circumstance, how she presents, how she does all that. Question: are you really old school,
or are you just old,
or are you looking for that free ride?
Yeah.
Because like
you said earlier, what are you bringing to the table to where
it takes two?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, it used to be one was a homemaker, one was the provider. But the thing is, we ain't got that anymore, and it's been killed.
Yeah.
Like,
there's
no possible way.
Which the fact that she's barely even a fucking like a caretaker, because she had a kid but didn't live with her.
But it's like this. And mind you, me and my partner, we've had this discussion before where I'm like, look, well, you're not working, huh? It's good. I'm like, well, you're not working. Can you do this? And they're like, yeah, I can do that. It makes things easier for both of us in the long run. You aren't stressed from work, and we aren't having to do as much. So,
which is nice.
Yeah, no, like, but if you can get that vibe, but the thing is, it's supposed to be a teamwork aspect. It's supposed to be you're looking for that person who's going to cover the things you can't. You're looking for that person who's going to have your back. You're looking for all of that. But the fact of the matter
which is hard to find nowadays.
No, but dude, I'm honestly shocked. Like, but shoot, you reach that point where you have somebody having your back. Like, that's the best feeling in the world. Like, that is beyond all points the best feeling in the world, because it's like you're told all your life only you can look after you. Only you have your back.
Yeah. Only you have your best interest at heart or whatever. Yeah,
but when you find somebody who basically is willing to have your back and go through that full route, things are good.
Yeah. For that little bit of silence, I had to make sure my laptop was charging, because we've been doing this entire thing off just the battery power. This might be like episode 14 and 14 and a half, or like 14 and like a quarter or something, because I gotta add the first part of what we did have recorded and then all the stuff that I'm streaming, which thank God I did record it to a certain, because then I need to get like a flash drive or something to add all of this on, so that way my actual computer space can have the recordings and I just move it over later.
No, dude, that's the other thing. Okay, I'm sorry, you brought up flash drive, but do you remember when a fucking megabyte was big?
Yes.
And now we got like a fucking terabyte?
Dude, we have 5 terabyte. Yes.
Shit.
They're legit 5 terabyte hard drive, external. They're like $200. Like for me using like,
why
do
you
you
even need 5 terabytes? Like,
because you need to own every piece of music and movies in the world. That's why.
Okay, no, I can get behind that.
It's for the porn collection.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I pirate anime worse than anything else. Like Spy X Family, freaking pirating that nonstop.
But yeah, everybody needs to own like everything that they had from like daycare until their adulthood. So like that I don't even think 5 terabytes can hold all that shit.
Maybe. I mean, our generation, yeah.
I don't think so.
You sure?
Maybe.
But then again, also, you see my house. I have the freaking roll-top desk, typewriter, like, cuckoo clock, for God's sake. Like, I don't like this modern shit.
I would say, like, all of, like, our old baby pictures, when it, like, actually were, like, printed out pictures, not just shit on a cell phone. Because that's why I say, like, we're the in-between generation to where we still had analog and we had digital, too. Like I said, our parents, they had the fucking shitty computers or whatever. Our siblings, depending on how old they are, because my brother is fucking 8 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So even he's still, like, a little bit a part of that, too. Like, yeah, he had a fucking cell phone and stuff, too. But I
remember, it used to have to be you need your iPod and your cell phone. Yeah. It can't be on the same thing.
No. Like, I'm the generation of, like, the fucking Nokia brick, the flip phone, then getting, like, the sidekick and all that stuff. Like, I'm that generation.
Like, dude, we look at our life, and legit, our life is a freaking museum of change.
Yeah. Like, because think of what we went from cassette players, VCRs, then went into DVDs, CDs, I think I said DVDs. All this, like, the Walkman.
Okay, if you had the Walkman back in high school, you were the shit. Like,
middle school.
No, but like
for me, it was middle school, because like it was either you had the Walkman or you had a fucking iPod around that time.
Yeah.
Or you had the MP4 player, because around 7th, 8th grade, people were starting to go into that.
Do you remember back when they had those little radios released?
Yeah.
AA powered, you hook up a pair of headphones, start walking around. Dude, seriously. I got